representation. What is a nation without representation? I'm the 5%, not a 10% amazing.
All praise is due to Allah, and that's a blessing. 360 degrees on the ball. All praise is due to Allah, and that's a blessing. 360 degrees on the ball. More righteous deeds, more righteous deeds. All praise is due to Allah, and that's a blessing. 360 degrees. More righteous deeds, more righteous deeds. All praise is due to Allah, and that's a blessing. 360 degrees. More righteous deeds, more righteous deeds. More righteous deeds, more righteous deeds. All praise is due to Allah, and that's a blessing. 360 degrees. More righteous deeds, more righteous deeds. More righteous deeds, more righteous deeds. All praise is due to Allah, and that's a blessing. 360 degrees on the bar. Righteous deeds, more righteous deeds. More righteous deeds. All praise is due to Allah, and that's a blessing. 360 degrees on the bar.
5%, not a 10% amazing.
Am I the meanest? Sure enough. Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time? Sure enough. But who am I?
Joshua Law.
Who am I?
Joshua Law.
I can't hear you.
Joshua Law. Mr. PhD.
Peace to all our followers, likers, and subscribers. Thank y'all for tuning in again with real2reel360. Tonight we're locked and loaded, man. We got one of our sisters on here that's been a minute since she's been on, but she bring that country soul, so we had to bring her back. So, ladies and gentlemen, bring in the one and only Miss Brei Carter. What's going on with your lady?
Hey, what's going on, Josh Jamel? Mr.
Everything is
PhD?
everything has been grinding, man, grinding. But how you been?
I'm absolutely amazing. If I were doing any better, I wouldn't know what to do with myself. I'm living life to the fullest and taking everything one day at a time.
Well, that's why we have to do it. Now, describing your music is called country soul, right?
That's right. It's country soul, baby.
So explain to me the definition of country soul.
Country soul is you're going to get a little bit of flavor. Honestly, it's country music, but it's mixed with a little bit of soul. It's mixed also with a little bit of gospel. It's literally, it's my heritage where I grew up in Louisiana, just bringing the true authenticity of who I am. I think some people have their own definition of what it is. Being from the country, the music that I sing, the slight country twang, and also the soulfulness, the smokiness of my voice just brings it all together. So, baby, country soul. And the amazing thing is now it's like everybody's talking about country soul. Maybe I was country soul before country soul was cool.
Now, embarking into the country soul world, country music itself, what are some of the obstacles you face as a woman of color in country music?
So you know what? That is a great question. I mean, obviously, the stating the obvious fact is being a woman of color, but I think not only that, it's primarily I would say a male dominated genre for the most part. But I tell everyone, but with God's grace, I don't care about your sexual orientation, male, female. I don't care about the color of your skin, how big, small, young, or old. When God gives you favor on your life and you're destined to do something and to be somewhere or to be something, it's going to happen. So honestly, I think the biggest obstacle was me sometimes maybe wanting to get in my own way and overthinking things. But, God's put this dream inside of me. So, color or man or woman, no one can stop me from fulfilling that destiny of what I'm meant to do.
That's amazing. That's amazing off the top. Because I know that it is a male dominated genre of music. And I know that to be a person of color in that male dominant genre of music, there has to be some form of ups and downs. Are there any form of pushback, things of that nature? But I've noticed that you overcome whatever obstacle that has
Mhm.
come your way. So whether it's, what I'm saying, with individuals or whatever the case may be, your music always shine through.
Thank
And
you.
with that being said, coming from Louisiana and being, you know what I'm saying, allowing yourself to be authentically you and not being put in a box.
for sure.
How do you keep that authenticity and how do, you know what I'm saying, you put it in your music so effortlessly the way you do?
I think it's just honestly, you hit the nail right on the head when you say being authentic. You got to be true to who you are. I mean, you can get pulled in so many different directions. And sometimes I think people are tempted to sound like this person and that person. God made you to be unique in who you are. And I think everyone, once you embrace who you are and who you're meant to be, I think you just let that shine. I mean, iron sharpens iron, light lights the world. And I think as long as I continue to keep that within me, it's destined to be, and I'm just going to keep doing that. And I just kind of say music has no color, it has no boundaries, there's no limitations to music. So when you give it and you're free with who you are, I think you find your people, you find what you're supposed to do, and everything kind of in the end it works itself out.
Definitely. Shout out to Shonda Ross out there in Louisiana. What's good with you? Um, and that's something that I wanted to speak with you about because your background, military background, and being able to travel the world, you know what I'm saying, with the military, and being able to meet people where they are. I think that's an important part of your music as well, that you're able to
Definitely.
meet people where they are. Um, when did you actually start embarking on country soul?
So you know what? When I was a little girl, I used to always want to do music, but I never honestly found my voice. And
Mm-hmm.
back in 2014, when my biological father passed away, I just realized, you know what, life is too short. You gotta give it your all. I just figured out I didn't want to have a life of regret. And I was venturing into country and then soul, and it kind of got coined. And then God blessed me with my brother Electro. Then things just kind of evolved, and he was just like, "Yeah, it really is country soul." And from from that point on, we never looked back, and it's always been country soul. And he and I have been rocking together, creating music and just being true. I think with all the crazy things that are going on in the world, people need good feel good music that makes them think but not think too much, just reminding them of a lot of the good times and stuff like that, and just empowering people and giving people strength to do the things that they need to do in life.
Most definitely. Shout out to the one and only Tesla Nay in the building, man. Louisiana falling in here for you tonight. I
Woo
don't know
woo!
what's
All
going
right,
on.
Louisiana, baby, I love it.
I don't know what's that's about. You know what I mean? Louisiana falling in here. But we talk about musical journeys, right?
Mhm.
As a little girl, who was some of the people that you listened to that inspired you to want to be an artist?
You know what? Natalie Cole, Aretha Franklin, Dolly Parton, Patsy Cline. I mean, there's just honestly, there's so many. So when I take a step back, Tammy Wynette, so literally Dorothy Moore, there's so many of the old greats. Even Rod Stewart, which is a rock guy. So there's
Mm-hmm.
still so many of the old greats that influenced me wanting to do music along the way, because music was always in my household. Shirley Caesar, Reverend Cleveland, the gospel, that element. So I think from the beginning, it was always gospel. It was the faith. And just coming from a faith-filled home, it was just, it's God at the center of no matter what you do. And as long as you do things unto God, it's gonna come together. And sometimes I tell people, I said, you know what, it may not turn out exactly how we want it to turn out. And we could think we're supposed to do one thing, but I tell people God's plans are greater than our plans. Stay true to you, keep God at the center and the forefront of everything. And I just honestly, before I do anything and make any decisions, I'm like, God, do I need to go left or right? But I don't always get it right. I tell people I'm not perfect by no means, but I do have God as my guiding light and my post to kind of guide me in what I'm supposed to do.
Most definitely. Want to shout out Cotton Candy. My cousin Sakina's in here. You know what I'm saying? Much
What's
love
up,
to you.
Shakina girl?
What's happening with you? You know what I mean? Obviously, Vance Davis Productions in the building.
Whoop whoop. What's
Held to
up,
the country
Courtney?
soul. Yeah, country soul
Yes.
queen. Yeah. Now, when it comes musically, like what honestly made you, you know what I'm saying, just go in that direction of music instead of just going into soul? Because we know that being in the South, there's diverse music.
for sure.
You get people think that you get a whole bunch of diversity in the city when you really don't. You get country music, you get soul, R&B, and Zydeco and everything else. You get a melting pot of music in
Yes.
the South, and you get an opportunity to receive it. So, being that you get an opportunity to receive various different, diverse genres of music, what was it about country that was, you know what I'm saying, prevalent for you? What's going on, Lady Shay, straight out of H Town? My condolences to you and the family.
Many prayers to you.
Now, what was it about that genre of music that you would say, well, I want to go with this here that spoke to you, that really resonated with you as an artist?
You know what, Mr. PhD is something that you say that often early on. I used to get that question: Why not R&B? Not why not this? Why not that?
Right.
It goes back to what I said. When God calls you to do something, I got to go and be true to who I am. So now, obviously, I welcome all the Black artists. I mean, there's so many opportunities for us out here. Go for what you want to do or what have you. But it was always in my heart, in my soul, in my spirit. So I was just being true to what God had put inside of me. So if he had instructed me to go soul or to go jazz or something else, that would have been the direction that I would have went into. But it's always been the storytelling, the music, the twang, the banjo, the acoustic guitar. My dad was in a quartet, um, and it's just amazing. And just my mom singing in the choir. It was just always. It was like it was always there. So when it's always there and it's a part of who you are, what are you going to do? Are you going to go against the grain and do something else? It wasn't in me to do anything else. So I've always just since day one stayed true to the genre and who I'm called to be.
You know, over the years, we look at some of the greats that were in country music, like Charlie Pride and people of that
Hmm.
nature, you know, who opened the doors for, you know what I'm saying, people of color to come in. And being in a situation where you're still opening doors,
Hmm.
still widening doors, and still being accepted because you're able to flow between the trail ride and the country, you know what I'm saying, line dances and things of that nature. And how does it feel to go into a trail ride and it feels just like going into Nashville and you know what I mean?
You know what? There's nothing like going to a trail ride. The amazing thing is being from Louisiana. I had an uncle that had horses, so I grew up around that environment and what have you. So
Right,
once as an adult, I started back getting into it. It's just like trail rides. You at home. There's no.
right.
It's like it's an old cliche. There's no place like home. Just being at the trail ride, my heart is just warmed and overfilled. But then I can be in Nashville or at a line dance bar. Like a couple of weeks ago, we were out in California at Stampede, the largest country bar, and it's the polar opposite of what trail rides are. That felt like home too. Like I said, I've never seen color. I love people. I love people. I love music, and it just feels home. Just being there, being able to share my love of music with other people, and ideally, God willing, being able to touch people in the music that I actually put out there. So it's a wonderful feeling. So whether it's a trail ride, whether it's a line dance bar club, whether it's sitting in a bar with 2 or 5 people or 10 or 10,000 people there, it all feels good because I feel like I'm doing what I'm called to do and I'm giving back to the world, giving back of myself. Because it's amazing, Josh Mill. There's a whole lot of people out here that are hurting. So being out there dancing, what the dance vibes, the line dancing, whether you can dance good or you can barely dance, just getting out there in that movement and the community and the things that I said line dances is a revolution. It's beyond a movement. It's just it's all of that. So just being there and being a part of that, I know it's life changing for so many people, and I'm just like, hey, I'm all for it. Sign me up.
You know, music has a bunch of different variables. Whereas it can be it's therapeutic,
Oh, most definitely.
and it definitely has no color lines because music is just music, and it's about feelings and how you feel at that moment. So, sometimes people put more into music, what I'm saying, of what is their impression of it than what it actually is, you know. When it comes down to writing, what I'm saying, what type of mode do you get into to orchestrate a record?
You know what? That is a great question. I was talking to a girlfriend earlier, and I could be driving down the road, or I can wake up, the Lord could wake me up out my sleep, and I may get a phrase, I may get a title to a song. I could be in a meeting, and all of a sudden I'll get something, or I'll hear someone say something. The next thing you know, it kind of forms from there. I was driving today on my way to an appointment, and one of my close friends, which is a business partner, she made a comment. So as a result of that comment, I'm like, oh my goodness, that is a song. We're gonna write that song. So that's a song. So it just honestly it comes from anywhere at any given time. And then also I have friends that have dealt with things or going through things, whether it's good times or bad times. Just sometimes hearing those stories, the Lord will put something inside of me, and then I want to just give back and just share it because no matter good or bad, someone has been through it and just wanting to share.
Now, with Cake and Eat It Too, let's get into Cake and Eat It Too.
That's
Let's get into Cake and Eat It Too. Let's get into that. What was the inspiration? What was the process of making that record?
You know what? I gotta give kudos to my brother Electro Horse. I cannot take credit for that one. That's all my brother. Cake and eat it too. Initially, the amazing thing, like I said, what God has for you, He has for you. Initially, someone thought that song was supposed to be for them, but it wasn't for them because I couldn't release that song by the grace of God. So it was truly meant for me. I was able to put my own little spin on it too. But no, I got to give credit to obviously God, but give credit to my brother Electro Horse. That was, and we just wanted to bring the sassiness, the flavor, and just a little bit of attitude, and just the kind of the feel good. And when you think about it, just putting a spin on it, how many times sometimes being in a relationship, people want their cake and they want to eat it too. But hey, you can't have, sometimes people can have them both, but you can't always have both. So you got to kind of make up your mind. But over here, you can't have your cake and eat it too.
Let's get it.
Now listen here, Michael. I've been dealing with you for so long. I mean, so long. You know what I'm talking about. I just can't keep quiet no more. And I don't care who knows. You want your cake, you need it too. Acting all sweet with the taste is so crude. You want your cake, you need it too. Baby, we're too grown to both play the fool. Every other minute we're fighting and fussing, throwing all our love in the air. I know you're sick and tired and your mama don't like me, but you can tell her husband I don't care. So please, baby, please just stop your pretending like your heart's all mine. I could swim the ocean, discover hidden treasures, but you still wouldn't be satisfied till it's dry. You want your cake, you need it too. Acting all sweet when the taste is so crude. You want your cake, you need it too. Baby, we're too grown to both play the fool. Now I can buy you every car on the lot, but your plot won't stop to drive me crazy. You did work my nerves over time after time. Now I'm wondering when Cupid's gonna pay me. So please, baby, please just stop your pretending like your heart's all mine. Now you're counting down the stolen pennies and pounds. Hell, I don't know why I even tried. So goodbye. You want your cake, you need it too. Acting all sweet when the taste is so crude. You want your cake, you need it too. Baby, we're too grown to both play the fool. You want your cake, you need it too. Baby, we're too grown to both play the fool. Oh no. So wait a minute. You think you just gonna walk out that door? Michael, wait a minute now. You gonna listen to me today. I'm just tired. I'm fed up. That's right, I ain't gonna play this game. Ooh, child. You want your cake? want your cake, you need it too. Acting all sweet with a taste of soul. You want your cake, you need it too. Baby, we're too grown to both play the fool. Ha! Baby, if you didn't learn last week, you gon' learn today. Baby, every card, you heard me? You want your cake, you need it too. You want your cake, you need it too. Baby, we're too grown to both play the fool.
Now, shout out to Pamela B, Fleet Nation in the building. What's going on with your
Whoop,
mama?
whoop.
Now, I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. Every time I turn around, there's another woman's anthem. They can't now. You can't get your cake and eat it too, and everything. And, you know what I mean? Like, what's going on here? Like, where what's going on, Janet? How you doing tonight? Um,
Josh, man, we got to stick together. You talk about females anthem. We have to stand up for ourselves, and now is the time. It's been time, but you know what? It's amazing because women, when we stick together, we are so powerful. Enough of the mean girl stuff. You can walk down the street and tell somebody they look good. You can give someone a compliment. You know what? Fix someone else's crown. I mean, we're so powerful when we stand together, and it shouldn't be any jealousy because you know what? All women are beautiful. We all are different and unique, and just celebrating each other's beauty. So it's just to me, it's just I wish we had more of that. But yeah, I'm all about the female anthem.
well, I'm just gonna be. I'm get with Let Your Horse, and I'm gonna do a male anthem, and I'm gonna be done with this. Cause every time I do a show, you know what I'm saying, it's one of them anthems, you know what I'm saying, telling the man either he can hit the dough, you know what I'm saying, or something of that. I'm all for women empowerment. I'm all for people empowerment.
There you
You know
go.
what I mean? I'm all for mental health. I'm all
That part.
for empowering out and embracing us as a person, as a people, as a
Right.
culture. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna make that wretched. Hey, Let Your Horse, I'm calling you. I need a track. I'm gonna make me one of them.
It's something you talking about making that track and the anthem. Did you take a listen? With my new album that's coming out, scheduled to drop for Black History Month on February the 19th. Literally, there's a song called "I Won't Come Back." Hey, united we stand. Did you get it? United we stand.
And
United we
that
stand.
I when I talk to people a lot of times, we're so used to being divided and unable and putting ourselves in positions where we can't work with one another.
Mhm.
But every other nationality or group of people, they work together successfully, and whatever dysfunction they have is never public.
For
It's,
sure.
it's never public. We're the only ones that go to social media.
Oh, maybe we going ham in on it, but no, it shouldn't be about that. It should be honestly, and I kind of, we're laughing about it now, honestly, but it should be about encouraging one another. I tell people one of my things, especially, and it just really hit me at the end of 2025, or maybe the middle of 2025. I said, you know what? I said, too many times we want grace, but we don't know how to give grace to somebody else. So put yourself, I just say, we got to challenge ourselves to put ourselves in someone else's shoes, and maybe you go in and maybe someone was rude or maybe not so nice. When you take a step back, you don't know what that person, I'm not excusing someone's behavior for acting a certain way, but honestly, you don't know what someone's been through or what they're dealing with. So sometimes by you having a little bit of grace, you don't know the difference that you can make in their life. So then that time, that day when you actually need that grace, someone is giving it back to you. So I just say I think the world just we need a little bit more grace with one another and showing and sharing love.
Most definitely. Sometimes,
Mm,
um, having patience with one another, being able to respect boundaries.
that part.
Respect boundaries. People feel like the way that they love is the way that other people love, or the way they receive love is the way that other people receive love, and it's not the case.
That is so true. I think it was about a month ago. I was on socials and I came across this post, and I definitely had to reshare it. It says, they ain't got to like you. They ain't got to love you. They ain't even got to respect you. But when you look in the mirror, you better like you better love you, and you better respect you. So, kind of taking a step back, looking at yourself and having that when you have self love and you're confident in who you are and whose you are and who God called you to be, you can let some of those things go.
Most definitely, that's the key. Self love is first and
Mm,
foremost. Because if you don't love yourself, there's no way that someone else can, and there's
that
no
part.
way that you can love anyone else. It's a lot of work.
Exactly.
We've all are damaged pieces.
Oh, for sure.
And but like I said, I'm getting that anthem. I'm getting that. I'm gonna holler at Electro Horse as soon as we get up out of here. Electro Horse, I need that track because I'm gonna get my cake and eat it too, and ice cream too.
You want it all, huh?
I want it all.
I love
I,
it.
I want it all. But I want to step into I won't come back.
Hmm.
You know, talk to me about I won't come back. Let me know what's going
I,
on
I
there.
won't come back. That was written a couple of years ago with one of my close friends. Sean was like a brother too. I got all these extended family members, and it was an anthem. Just I think at the time I was just dealing with a whole lot, and unfortunately, some of us have been in bad relationships. You just reach a breaking point to where you said, you know what, I'm choosing me. I choose me today, and I think that's just huge. Too many times. I don't know. I think some people say life happens and we're always looking out for the next person and giving all of ourselves so there's nothing else. But I've just learned along the way, you got to make sure you're giving back to you, that you love yourself most importantly, because as you just said, when you learn to love yourself, then in turn someone can love you the way you deserve to be loved. And then you're able to honestly give that love back to someone else when you truly love yourself. So the I won't come back was like, hey, you know what? I'm tired of the lies. I'm tired of the stories. You've done enough damage, and you know what? I'm choosing me.
And that right there, we're gonna come back to that right there right after I won't come back. Here we go.
You hurt my heart. I can't repair all the damage you've done, and it's clear to me. All that we built were just things insincere. You told me you love me, but like the seasons change you in four ways. The tears fall, the trust leaves. Suitcase at the door, and I won't come back. You can't make me change. Reminds me of all pillowcases with tear stains. It's all been a lie. The dreams and the doubts, they all just went up in smoke. 'Cause I won't come back anymore. You ripped my soul, and now all that's left there is a empty space. You're out of control. The abuse of your words were like nails piercing me. I heard you, believed you, but just like a wolf in sheep clothing, you lied. The first time was the last time. I'm getting me back, and I won't come back. You can't make me change. Reminds me of all pillowcases with tear stains. It's all been a lie. The dreams and the doubts, they all just went up in smoke. 'Cause I won't come back. I won't come back. You can't make me change. Reminds me of all pillowcases with tear stains. It's all been a lie. The dreams and the doubts, they all just went up in smoke. 'Cause I won't come back anymore. Sometimes as women, we just don't value ourselves. We forget to have self-love. We allow men to scandalize our names, devalue us, and abuse us physically, mentally, and verbally. But no more. Today we stand united. We love ourselves. We take back our pride. We can make it anytime, anywhere, and any place. We can do it. Yes, we can. We are strong. Come back. You can't make me change. Reminds me of all pillowcases with tear stains. It's all been a lie. The dreams and the doubts, they all just went up in smoke. 'Cause I won't come back. I won't come back. You can't make me change. Reminds me of all pillowcases with tear stains. It's all been a lie. The dreams and the doubts, they all just went up in smoke. 'Cause I won't come back anymore.
Now, with that song right there, I don't see any gender in that. That song is what I guess the Gen Zs or whatever they call themselves, or the new generation, called gender binary or what have you. Where that song has no gender. That's not a female song. That's not a male song. That's just a song, um, like Lady Shay said. That's from the heart, being able to express what you've gone through or what someone else has went through and put on music. Um, that was an amazing song. That really
Thank
was.
you. Thank
I'm
you.
I'm I'm still gonna have my cake and eat it too, and some ice cream and
There
some
you
ice
go.
cream.
There you go.
Preferably some bluebell. Preferably some bluebell.
I absolutely love it. I'm here for it.
Now, within this last year, I forget the accomplishment, and bear with me. You had a great accomplishment that
Yes.
you achieved during this year. Can you speak to that for me?
Yeah, I got nominated for the Origins Impact Awards for Female Country Soul Artist of the Year. I didn't win, but that's okay. Listen, my time is gonna come. I did that. I'm also a recipient of the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award for just volunteering and service and what have you in the music community. And honestly, being able to tour, I was a CMA ambassador. On top of that, I became a member of the Recording Academy, which is amazing. And I'm claiming my Grammy for next year. I'm claiming my Grammy. So yeah, so I like to say God has been good, and there's so many things. I definitely tell people I don't discount humble beginnings. I've been in front of a crowd of five, and I've been in a crowd of 10,000 people, and it's all felt the same. It's just it's a wonderful thing.
And I was going to ask about the nominations. How did you feel, being recognized not only with the CMAs, but also too with the military, understanding, the part and role that you played in music and how your music have that special effect on people.
Ask me that one more time.
Okay. Now, I know that it was amazing to get the acknowledgement from the CMAs,
Hmm.
but also too understanding like how did it feel for the military or you know what I'm saying the branch to recognize the impact that you have on music and the genre of music that you're in.
So that's a good question, but it didn't come from the military. That award came from the president. It was a presidential lifetime achievement award.
Oh, pardon
So
me.
the military was amazing, and I tell people, and it's not for everyone, but I would do it all over again. I was in the army initially. I was enlisted. I was so gung ho, wanted to jump out of planes and hula hula and all that good stuff. And then I went on before I graduated and became an officer. And I'd do it honestly all over again to defend the liberties of all of us that are standing here. When you sign on the line, sometimes people don't think they're thinking you're doing it for the GI Bill and what have you.
Hmm.
But being in certain situations, you're really trained and you're equipped because war could happen at any time. And I was definitely then prepared to lay down my life for your liberties and freedoms the same as mine and my family's. And I personally would do it all over again. But the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award came from the President of the United States, our Commander in Chief. And
Hmm.
that was a wonderful, wonderful feeling. And it's amazing. And like I said, sometimes you work hard and you go hard and you don't get thank yous and you feel like no one sees you or people aren't looking. But I just tell people stay true to who you are, keep going. I don't care. Sometimes at every point in time, everyone's felt like they wanted to give up. Just keep moving forward, keep going. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. And if you can't crawl, just figure out. Just keep moving. At the end of the day,
That is an amazing to get and acknowledged by the president for your music. A lot of people, would never get that experience. They would never know what that feeling is like. And like you are correct, a lot of times we don't get acknowledged for the work that we put in and the things that we do. But I want to salute you for that because that's opening doors for that little young black girl
mm,
that wants to do what you're doing today, And I wanted to talk to you about the responsibility of being a artist, being a woman of color, being in the genre of music. How is that responsibility that you feel that you're opening doors for that little girl who feels she can't do it?
you know what? I'm all about encouraging any and everyone, man or woman, boy or girl, black, white, yellow, red. I'm all about honestly encouraging people in general. I think as long as I have breath in my body, I believe that when God blesses me or He's allowing me to be able to do certain things, He's allowing me to do this because He's entrusting in me that I'm going to give back to someone else and I'm going to pour into someone else. Growing up, being from Louisiana, all the family cookouts on Sunday and the family reunions and all the good times and the family gatherings. And you hear people saying it takes a village, it takes a community. It's true, it takes all of that. And I believe that what I help make happen for others, God will help make it happen for my family members and what have you. Offering up prayer, offering up encouragement, letting people know that you can do anything you set your mind to. Just put in the hard work and just move forward. It may take some of us longer to get there, and that's okay. But as long as you're being true and you keep moving forward, you're going to eventually get there. I tell people it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. Just make
Well,
sure that everything you do it to the fullest. You do it unto God. You give your all, no matter what, even when you don't feel like doing it. And you just honestly, you keep moving forward, and eventually you'll reach your you'll reach your destination. I have no doubt. And to that little girl that thinks that she can't, you gotta first of all, you gotta look within. You look around, but you gotta look within, and you develop and you build that confidence in who you are, and you celebrate who you are and the color of your skin and just how beautiful you are, and just look at yourself and start loving you, and you can do it. Don't let anyone tell you what you can't do or what's impossible. I tell people, and it's a scripture, what's impossible for man is possible for God. And I say God for you is more than the world against you. So just holding on to that and instilling in little kids to hold on to God and keep faith and never give up or never let people tell you what you can't do or what you're incapable of doing.
Most definitely. We look at some things about how we are wanting to be perceived in everything that we do. Shout out to Malip Britt is in the building. Thank you for tuning in,
What's up,
honey.
Britt Britt?
Now, when we something's going on with my camera, so please bear with me at this moment.
You
Um,
okay?
when it comes down to the things that we're looking at, the things that we want to do, the things that we look to achieve, and just like you said, sometimes internally to keep pushing forward.
Mhm.
You know, I wanted to take the time out and salute you for all of the accomplishments that you have earned over the years. You know what I'm saying? The things
Thank you,
that you're
Josh. Now.
doing going forward. When you talk about the next things, the next steps, what does that look like for Bree Carter?
The next step is to release this album that's scheduled for February 19th. It's called Country Lives in Me. It's 11 tracks on there. It's all me. It's old. It's new. You're gonna get a feel of Bree Carter. So that's coming up. In addition to that, later on in the spring, I have a phenomenal song called "Show Out" with Cupid, the Line Dance King. That's coming out. I have another collab with Jeter Jones that'll be out probably in the summer. So what's next for Bree is to keep moving forward, keep motivating, keep inspiring other people to live their best lives and to be the best that they can be. Early on, you touched on mental health. Mental health is so important, and unfortunately, we lose so many people to mental health and depression and things that are going on. So I just encourage people to honestly seek the help that you need. Know that you're not alone. Don't try to go it alone. Everyone is dealing with something, so it doesn't diminish what you're going through. I just say don't do it alone and get the help that you need. I'm an advocate for mental health. At one point I suffered from depression and what have you. And I tell people it is truly it's a fine line. So there are a lot of resources out there. Get help that you need and know that you're loved.
That's something that we suffer with in our communities, and we deny ourselves the help that we need because we feel like we're going to be embarrassed or we're going to be prejudged because we need certain help. Sometimes we need to talk to
For
someone
sure.
and you jump on a whole bunch of medication and you need to talk to someone, someone
Mhm.
that's able to give you that professional help. But if you need help, by all means, please go get any type of help that you need, whether it's mental health, grief, counseling, whatever it is. Make sure that you step outside the box and deal with self help, self love, first and
For
foremost.
sure.
Now,
Definitely.
I want to go off in this country. I want to go off in this country. You gonna let me go off in the country? Country lives
You're
in
gonna
me.
go off in this country because you know what? It's nothing but Louisiana. You're gonna actually feel a little bit of the island on this song. And if you actually listen to the words, it's my story. It's who some of the fondest moments of my life, my childhood, growing up in the flower fields of Louisiana, and just the love. And my mom, I think I'm so fortunate and blessed. I still have my mom. I don't have my grandmother anymore, but just my grandma just being there. When I said once again, it takes a village. My grandmother raised me for a little while. I lived with her when we moved back home. So it's amazing. It's country is just it's a home, and it's a fun feel good song. So I hope you like it.
Most definitely. And I can't sit here and deny it. The country lives in me. Shout out to Lodi, Mississippi, Kilmichael, Mississippi. We in here, baby. That's nothing but the woods for me, baby. Nothing
Woo!
but the woods for me.
Willow trees in porch swing laundry, drying in the honeysuckle breeze. Jumping rope in rhythm to the rhymes we made up. We were so carefree. sins got washed away. Every Sunday when we pray, Amazing Grace still lives in my dreams. Now my song is a simple southern soundtrack of my life. By the bayou where the summer days flew by, there were pink mimosa trees and I would climb to touch the sky. And the blue-green dragonflies that gave me wings. I've traveled down 1,000 city streets, but the country lives in me. Dusty boots and dirty jeans and melodies will take me around the world. No matter where I go, you better know I'm still that Louisiana girl. Good Lord willing and the creek don't rise, I get home by supper time. Sweet potato pies and hummingbirds are my song, the simple southern soundtrack of my life. By the bayou where the summer days flew by, there were pink mimosa trees and I would climb to touch the sky. And the blue-green dragonflies that gave me wings. I've traveled down 1,000 city streets, but the country lives in me. Now my song is a simple southern soundtrack of my life. By the bayou where the summer days flew by, there were pink mimosa trees that I would climb to touch the sky. And the blue-green dragonflies that gave me wings. I've traveled down 1,000 city streets, but the country lives in me. I've traveled down 1,000 city streets, but the country lives in me.
I tell you, the country lives in me. You hear me? I tell you, there's some things I don't miss about the country. I'm not gonna tell no lie. Sit here and tell no lie.
What, the mosquitoes?
No, I don't. I don't miss them pea picking days. I don't miss. I don't, I don't miss them days going off in the woods cutting logs. I don't miss none of that. Now, but one thing I will say about being in the country is it stamps you with a moral and value system that I
Does.
think sometimes the city miss out because everybody's with the hustle and bustle. I think that that's one thing about being from the country that I embrace, me personally.
I
Because
thoroughly agree. I thoroughly agree. Preach to us now. Talk to me.
I know coming from like New York and then going to Mississippi, I was used to running around, you know, how we run around in New York. And then when I got to Mississippi, I had to learn how to slow it down,
You slow it
understand,
down.
sit with the family, and we moved as one unit. You know what I
Right.
mean? It wasn't just me going to the store. We all went to the store.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? If we went out to what they call the slab, the hoop, we all went to the slab, the hoop. So it was a different ball game. You learned relationships. You learned the meaning of family, the meaning of, you know what I'm saying, having a value system to stand on. So it's something about the country that's always special for me.
Definitely.
But you can keep them snakes that going off in the woods, picking them peas. You can keep all that, shelling beans and all that. So you can keep all that now.
Trust me, I have those stories too. I remember being in high school. My mom during the summer literally will have, if anyone's from the South, a bushel of peas, purple whole peas, black
Right,
eyed peas.
right.
Literally, by the time it's like, okay, she's off to work at 6, 7 in the morning. You know what? By the time I come home, those
They
peas
better
better
be
be better
shelled.
have that part, and you better shuck that corn too, all the corn, and have it ready. It's just like, oh my goodness, it's just I don't know. And I remember climbing trees and eating muscadines and making wine. And you hear me reference the sweet potato pies. For
Right.
me, being from Louisiana, sweet potato pie any day. You can keep them pumpkin pies. Don't get me wrong, I like some pumpkin bread, but you better give me a sweet potato pie any day because ain't nothing like it.
Nothing like that in them fried pies. I love them fried pies. You know what I mean? Them fried pies were special. But I definitely love the song, and
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to more music coming from you, and I'm looking for more things to come in your journey, because I know that the way that you work, your work ethic. I know Electric Horse. You know what I'm saying? I know his work ethic. You know what I mean? He's in the back of somebody's back seat sleeping on the way to a show somewhere.
That part, no,
That
he was
part.
at the Grammys, and then he's in Texas now. So no, my brother is on his grind, so he's all over the place. And then we'll be back in Nashville this week. We got a
Yeah.
movie we're shooting later on this week, so there's a lot of moving parts. And I'm like, you know what? Life has been hard. All of us have had struggles in life, but you know what? Don't don't live a life of regrets. Anything you guys out there you think you want to do, it doesn't matter. You're not too old, too young. I don't care if you got the money or not. Go for it. Try it. Do it. Leave nothing on the table. When it's your time to leave nothing on the table. Go for it. Try it.
Most definitely. And shout out to my bro DJ Dre Cope, one of the baddest DJs on the planet. Rock the Block got one of the special ones when they got DJ Dre Cope. Shout out to my brother. Now, let's talk about this movie. You know what I'm saying? This movie that y'all finna film. Explain to me the roles. How did this come about?
Listen, my brother always in something. Electro is always in something. So it's actually
Right.
a line dance country scene that we're doing in a movie. So that's all I'm allowed to say now. I probably said a little bit more than I should, but that's okay. I'm gonna talk about it. I'm thankful because by the grace of God, it's happening. So
Most definitely. And one thing about it, I can't line dance to save my life,
hey,
but
I
I
got
can watch it.
wait. You don't know how to do boots get to talking yet?
No,
Okay,
no.
don't make me
I
make a trip so you can learn to do it.
Because I'm gonna tell you, I can't. My boots, if they get to talking, that means my feet hurt. I'm telling you right now.
You know what? You know what? I'm not fooling with you, Mr. PhD. I ain't fooling with you today, okay? That part.
That part right there.
Yeah.
If my boots get to talking, my feet hurt. I'm telling you,
Now, when
cause
your boots get to talking, you feeling good and you can't sit down. You're gonna be up and moving.
I don't
You
know.
you you stepping and you moving and you grooving. Yes.
It's hard to find some 13 triple wides, triple
No, they
E's.
got them. They got them. They got them. So if your feet hurting, your boots ain't talking, your dog's hurting. I think that's what they meant like that anyway.
Most definitely. But Bree, we coming to the end of the show, and I want to thank you so much for taking the time out and coming on Real to Real 360 with me and giving us the opportunity to hear your music.
Thank you.
Of course, being with Fleet, I got the music sent over to, what I'm saying, the radio stations, and we definitely gonna have
I
them, what I'm
appreciate
saying,
it.
spinning the records. But
Thank you.
I would like for you to let the people know how they can follow you on social media, where they can get the music from, how they can get you booked for shows, and how they gonna learn how to do
Boots get to talking.
big boots get to talking.
Well, I can be found on all the platforms. It's Bree Carter, BREICARTER, Bree Carter, y'all. And you can get my music on any of the platforms as well. Reach out to me, DM me. My contact information are on socials. Reach out for sure. And Bree at breecarter.com. You guys can book me, like, love, stream, follow, purchase some merch. Look, Bree Carter shirts, whatever support. I appreciate, honestly, all support, all and any support that you guys want to give me. I graciously accept it, and it would be an honor and a blessing. So I look forward to sharing more music with you guys in the future and giving you guys all of me.
Well, I appreciate that so much. And yes, Dre, I do know Henny touched the lips. The Hennessy touched the lips. I definitely know that firsthand. So thank you for reminding the people. You know what I'm saying?
I love
Anything
it.
can happen.
That part.
Anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? That's my brother Dre. You know what I'm saying? DJ Dre Cope. Make sure y'all tune in with him on Fridays and Saturdays for the Red Cup. You know what I'm saying? You can catch him on Facebook and you can catch him on TikTok. But we about to get up out of here. I got another show in about 30 minutes, so I need to take care of some of this technical difficulties so y'all can see my smiling face.
That part.
But that part. But, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for those who have been watching on X, which is Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram. TikTok as well. Thank y'all so much, GC Radio. Greatly appreciate the love and support that you've given us. Lisa Good and Derek Morris and Gospel
Yes.
Society TV. Much love to my family out there. Also, to Stephanie Marie from PUSO 82.3. Thank you for allowing me to be the morning show out there in Columbus, Ohio. Greatly appreciate y'all. Yo, give me 30 minutes. I'll be back. I got to work on some technical things. But like I said, much love to you, Bree. And we
Thank
definitely
you.
going to be in contact because I got some things I want to discuss with
Count
you
me in,
going
brother.
forward. You already know I am
Count me
because
in. Love you much. I appreciate you. Until the next time, you better let them boots get to talking.
and them dogs going to get to walking. I'm out of here.
Bye.
Bye.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, we starting to come to the end of the show. Right now, I want to take the time out and thank our guests for coming on. Also, too, we want to make sure that y'all listening and subscribing and tell a friend and keep sharing because we're going to keep bringing y'all the real content. You know what I mean? So, DJ KY, brother, take us up out of here, son.
True
Peace.
I want to give a big shout out to the nation of gods and earth. To all the human families on planet Earth, I say peace. But to our subscribers, those who continue to watch and listen to the show each and every time we come on, I give a big shout out of love, peace, and happiness. The beast of man, woman, and child of the you and I verse. It's time for us to disperse. We bring the best, not the worst. We